It's like me taking 12 balls and throwing them in the air, and you have to try and catch as many as you can. But I think the focused structure of a private guided safari, which is aimed at your own photography, is golden, because I can throw ball 1 in the air, you catch that. Once you've got it, I throw ball 2, you catch it. Once you've got it, I throw ball 3, you catch it. Get it? So I've been thinking about this the last couple of weeks, and something that's been coming for a while, because I'm currently on a private guided trip here in Mala Mala, and a week ago, not even, I was in Amboseli for a private guided trip which I hosted. Before then, I was in the Wild Aymara camp, in our own camp, for 2 weeks of photographic safari hosting, and before then another private. Now, I don't think people always understand the difference, and it's vital. It really, really is, because if you come and look, there's different operators around the world, there's different ways of teaching. There are people who say they're going to teach and host a photographic safari, but they don't really. They're in it for their own images, and you just have the privilege of shooting with them. Anyway, different discussion. The thought here is, I think it's important to know what you want from a photographic or a private experience. Because if you go on a photographic safari with myself or one of my guys, but let's talk me for now, you will take value from it. You definitely will. But a private guided trip is just so much more focused. And I spoke to Pascal today about this. It's almost as if the analogy I've been thinking of is, if you come on a photographic safari, right? And let's think about it. There's between, depending on the trip, 3, 4, 6, up to 12 people in the migration camp. But then there's 2 of me. It's like me taking 12 balls and throwing them in the air, and you have to try and catch as many as you can. Because I might be talking to you about exposure compensation, then I come over here, and then I talk to John about ISO, and then I come over here, and then I talk to Sarah about shutter speed. You know what I mean? So there's all these things going, and it's very difficult to create an A to B to C kind of process and learn as much as you can. Will you learn? Absolutely, you'll learn something. You definitely will. But I think that the focused structure of a private guided safari, which is aimed at your own photography, is golden, because I can throw ball 1 in the air, you catch that. Once you've got it, I throw ball 2, you catch it. Once you've got it, I throw ball 3, you catch it. Get it? So it's not that you have to kind of choose, because if I'm trying to spread myself or between 6 people, yeah, you will get value. And it's nice when I'm speaking to John over here about something, you can still listen and get a bit of value from there. But it might not be what you need at that moment. And I think that's the important thing. It's been such a cool thing the last few days to be able to start at a point, and a lot of the clients, and not just now, a lot of the people who come on a trip, they would have heard something in the past, or they've read something, or they did a course, but it doesn't link. It's a bit of this, a bit of that, and they link it themselves. And those wrong links don't work well, because there's no story, there's no continuity. That's the word. Whereas now, on day 1, and I say this often on my photographic trips as well, day 1 is like stretching. Let's kind of just, before the activity, let's just get in and loosen up. I watch how you shoot. We have a discussion. And we say, right, you want to learn this, this, and that. Let's get to the basics. Let's fix the foundation first. Let's make sure you understand the relationship between aperture, shutter speed, ISO, exposure compensation, because we can't get into the cool creative stuff, like the energy in a frame, the visual mass in a frame. If you don't have that, it's vital. So being able on a private guided trip to start at a point and every day give you something more, as and when you're ready, that's the real win, and that's when you really take value away. I'm thinking as well on a photographic safari where there's all different things. I almost want to say spray and pray from my side, because I might be speaking to John over here again about something that he's ready to receive. Someone else who's brand new at photography and they're busy learning, they hear something, they don't know the backstory about it or the base information about it, they try it, but they're missing a gap. They're missing a vital part of the knowledge or the of how it links together in the bigger picture. And that's when balls get dropped. So, yeah, that's really all I have. It's just, I think it's important that you understand on a photographic safari, you will get value. You're going to take something home. And I said before, the goal for us, for me, is to send you home with, number one, a great experience. Tonight, for example, we went out, we found a female leopard in the tree sleeping on her kill, literally on her kill. It's quite gross, yeah, sleeping on her kill. But we had a drink, we sat there waiting, she moved, we took a couple of shots, we talked about exposure, but it wasn't hero shots at all. Great experience, number one, always first. Number two, new knowledges and skills. Yeah, learn something. And number three only is great images. And on a private trip that is designed around your needs, you get to use me, photographically speaking, of course, as much as you want, and I can make sure that you get the right information at the right time to make you a better photographer, and that's the win. Really is. Photographic safari, you will get better, 100%, but on a private trip where it's customed around you, you will get so much more better. That's the difference. Anyway, the room you see I'm sitting in here, if you look behind me, this is the pilot's room or a guide's room at Mala Mala, where I'm hosting last night now, so dinner in 15 minutes, and then tomorrow back to Johannesburg. But think about it. If you really want to improve your photography and you really want to get certain images because of your new skills, think of a private guided trip. It really, really makes a difference. It really does. Anyway, let me get ready for dinner. Chat to you guys next time. Bye.